Hello, Guardians and Assassins, and welcome to another class of Crucible School. That's right. Alright guys, you're probably wondering about what we're going to learn about today. Today we're going to learn about setting up your shot, map awareness, a little bit of vulnerability and supers, and a little bit about your mindset. Keep in mind guys, I'm going to go over roughly about 3 or 4 subjects each Crucible School. And then in the end, I'm going to be going over each one individually in their own videos. So if you guys care to learn more about whichever one, depending on when you're seeing the video, you can actually skip directly to that video if it's out. And if it's not out, well, looks like you'll just have to wait a little bit longer. Alright guys. So right here you see that I grabbed sniper ammo. Yeah, that's right. Sniper ammo. Apparently sniping in Destiny is not very popular. The weapon that I'm using right now is called the Persuader. It is the Vanguard sniper rifle, at least a new one. So I found out it actually works pretty good. There's a pretty decent amount of aim assist on it. It's got explosive rounds, so it definitely does the job. Now you see here that, I kind of rushed my shot a little bit and I didn't shoot the guy directly the first time, but the second time it was a headshot. That's because I was already set up and prepared for him to come through that tunnel. Now guys, if you look at this one, everybody on B, everybody forgets about this spot when they're going for B. They're always worried about the cave to the left or, the other things. And they're not too worried about all the way back near C because, as I said, once again, nobody uses sniper rifles. I mean, why would you do something like that? There it is again, the anomaly. Anyways, so first, I'm sitting there and kind of scoping out the area. I want to see what the traffic is on B to see if there's enough people to waste my time with, or if it's just going to be, one and done and move on. So, with this right here, I'm seeing there is a lot of traffic up there. They finally snagged B, and that's when I got my first pick. Second guy sees me, and I'm sorry, I had to pick him off, otherwise, I'd be dead myself. See, now this guy knows where I'm at, so instead of going in and popping right out like I have been doing, I changed up a little bit of the timing, because timing is everything, because they're sitting there trying to time their bullets to hit you. I'm sitting there trying to time my bullets to hit them. The only difference is it's a sniper rifle. I only need 1 bullet. So, normally people come back here and they push into the other end when they're blocked off at B. Well, this wasn't the case, and I'm a little bit curious why, but regardless, they didn't push in here, which is kind of dumb of them. Kind of smart, kind of dumb. A little bit of both. And if you guys see, I'm going back here to B, and there they are again. Now this guy right here, this guy has his super out. He thinks that he's invincible, and I guess he just didn't realize that, I had a Nova Bomb. And guys, when you're in your super, you need to realize you are not some invincible being. You still need to take cover. You can't rush somebody in your super. I see a lot of Guardians sit there and pop their super and then just get decimated because they think they're invincible. Doesn't work that way. Certain supers give you a little bit of added protection, a little bit of added armor. There are a lot of them, though, that don't. Keep in mind right here, you're seeing a little bit of the fight or flight response. There, I kind of determined, none of my teammates were around on that side of me, and I really couldn't get, any clean kills or anything like that. And then this Titan decided to show up and surprise me a little bit. So, good on you, Titan. So, I'm sitting here, I'm basically aiming in where, once again, where all my, all of my buddies are aiming in. And I'm kind of sitting in the back, giving them some back support there, which is very good. But the thing is, you can really set up shots on this map because people just don't realize where you are sometimes. There's so many different intersections and pathways, it's almost hard to realize where bullets are coming from half the time. So, if you see here, I'm jumping up. I already know there's a guy over there, so I throw a grenade, and I throw a smoke just in case he tries to jump over the grenade. And I'm sitting here, and I'm waiting pretty patiently. Now, I was backing up till I found some cover, and there you go, I found some cover, and I decided not to be right on top of the cover. Well, since I'm further back, and there was somebody closer to that guy than me, he decided to try to kill the guy who was closer to him. Well, that was a bad idea, because you're completely ignoring Guardian number 2, which would be me in this case. This guy right here, I'm not exactly sure where he was going, but I'm pretty sure I caught him by surprise, but he had the smart enough chance to run. And then, you know, I guess my sword blocker didn't work there because, by the way, guys, there's no such thing as a sword blocker. Anyways, yeah, so I just got smoked out by a sword. Well, it happens. And this guy right here seems to be checking his armor or something without his buddies around, without any cover. And you know what, guys? It's okay to change things during a match, but back up and do it with your buddies in front of you when they're pushing, because, you know, I'd rather have some protection than none. Now, this guy right here is doing the exact same thing that I came over here to do. He is setting in his shot. Why? Because it's through a pathway. There's a little bit of a ridge on the other side, so you know you're not going to be coming from the side. And most of these guys are all traveling in a group, oddly, so it's going to make this a little bit easier because my guys are doing the same and they're a little bit more aggressive, if you guys can't tell. Now, I'm seeing where the shots are coming from, realizing that's not one of my guardians, and boom, there's another guy. See, now, I want you to pay close attention to that because I did not chase the kill. Do not chase kills, guys. It's the #1 way for you to get killed. And this guy was not paying attention to his map because there was 3 of us over there, now all 4 of us, and he acted like we weren't there, so he just kept running and then stopped when he started getting hit by bullets. Bad time to stop, bad time to ignore your map, ignore your radar. So, map awareness is a very big thing, and once you start knowing your maps a little bit more, you'll be able to know exactly where guardians are because you know your map. Very, very simple. That goes into map awareness. You can start setting shots then, you know, setting people up for the kill. And these guys here, they, you know, I know they want to come into the building, but once again, doorways are for pretty much dead bodies. Dead bodies, grenades, you know, bullets, whatever. But regardless, doorways are never a good idea to sit there and try to fight in. Why? You don't have very much room to move. And there's cover on both sides, and not to mention above you as well. See, now, I'm watching all these shots here. They almost look like tracer rounds. And I can basically tell what this guardian, you know, where he's at and which direction he's pointing. So I was able to sneak off to the left very easily and be able to finish off my partner's kill there for him. I believe my partner actually returns the favor a little bit later on in the clip, but, you know, it's a good thing when you can get kills that are nice and clean like that. Now, once again here, I am further back, so I am actually, you know, giving my teammate support, but I'm giving him support from a different angle. That other guardian has to take time to sight in on me if he sits there and he wants to get the kill on me, and apparently he didn't want any of that, and he ended up dying for it. So, this guy right here, I believe that's the same guardian. But if you notice, I started getting hit by a little too many bullets, so I immediately backed off. And here, guys, if you're on one side of a doorway and there's not much room, you should know better than to jump into the wall. You have no place to hide. So, I tossed a grenade there, you know, the grenade that ends up eating him up. And this guy right here, he could have finished me off, but I'm not exactly sure what he was doing, but he decided to run afterwards. Well, you know, it's a good thing to stick with your teammates, but it's a bad thing to start something you can't finish. That guy kind of started something he can't finish. So, okay guys, so far we talked about setting shots and map awareness. Now let's talk about vulnerabilities in supers. Now look, when you pop your super, you are not some invincible being. The second that you pop your super, you know, you can get melted if somebody rips out their energy weapon and they're waiting for you. You have to have the mindset to be able to, you know, pull off some of these plays, because, you know, if you go into a match and you think you're just, you know, invincible and, you know, everything's good, you know, you're just gonna get destroyed. But on the other hand, you know, some of these guys, they're not exactly sure what they're doing. Now over here we have a Titan that just popped his hammers and he got melted because he had energy weapons hitting him. I mean, come on, you just completely blew your super and that guy doesn't have a super anymore. See, and now this one particularly, I tried to do the same thing, tried to melt this guy, and it didn't work. He was a little bit too close for a striker. So you guys got to keep in mind, you are not invincible in your super. I mean, out of anything, just, you know, hold on to that. So let's go back to talking about mindset. Mindset, guys. If you go into a match thinking, you know, however you're feeling is how you're going to do. So if you feel like, you know, that you're going to do great, but you're going in very cautiously, you're most likely going to do extremely well. But you also have to go into a match with goals. Like, hey, my goal is to not get mowed down by this, or, you know what I mean? So you have to watch when you're getting hit up by multiple sides. Anyway, this guy tried to come in. He didn't realize that, you know, there were multiple people in here, and he just got destroyed. See, now this other Guardian over here, I decided to dip out of that one because, you know what, I was starting to lose health way too fast, and for the amount of bullets that he shot. And, you know what, I'm not in this just to die. So, if you guys have learned anything today, hey, go ahead and click that like button and that subscribe button, and guys, don't feel afraid to leave some comments at the bottom. If you guys enjoyed today, awesome. So, I guess I'll be seeing you guys in next Crucible School. Alright guys, take care.